This guy right here, I don't know what his name is, but we're gonna find out in the video. He was the face of bail reform. This is the guy that they used to pass that bullshit. Which means if you commit violent crimes, you don't have to, post bail anymore. They just send you home. And you wait for your court case and home, which could be a year, 2, it could be 6 months. So this guy is the face of that. And now, of course, he's facing attempted murder. Incredible. Increíble pero cierto. Incredible but true. Now let's see the story. Let's see what happened. Hey, maybe it was self-defense. Maybe this guy didn't do what I think he was doing. Even though, listen, I understand these kids, man. I'm sure this guy's under 25. This guy's brain's not even developed yet. This guy probably comes from I'm sure he comes from a violent upbringing. I'm making excuses for him. I'm not making excuses for him. I'm just telling you, these guys are going to commit crimes. They can't help themselves but to commit crime. We know we have to deal with the situation. And cutting them loose after they commit violent crimes, it's not the way you deal with it. The reason why I bring up the violence and the upbringing is because you have hardcore criminals out there. They can't help but to commit crimes. When I was that kid's age, it was the same way. I have a lot in common with this guy. In my own way, I have love for this guy. This guy's my brother. But he is a mirror of who I used to be, a reflection. And it's not a good reflection. But there's good in him. There's good in everybody. Anyway, let's look at the video.
Repeated run-ins with the law that date back to about 2017 when his case made national headlines as he was in Rikers Island. And it does appear this morning that's where he's headed again after allegedly opening fire here in Midtown just next door to St. Patrick's Cathedral. This is the latest look at the 22-year-old as he was led away in handcuffs outside the Midtown precinct Monday.
Definitely a Dominican nigga. Definitely young, be under 25. And definitely gang affiliated. Definitely. I don't know what gang. Let's see if they say.
Monday afternoon. Bronx man is set to be arraigned today on attempted murder charges after a card game here didn't go his way. Police say he fired shots on East 50th Street near St. Patrick's Cathedral, and despite the busy area, nobody was hit by the bullets, but a car was. We have been reporting on Hernandez's legal woes for the past 5 years as he became the so-called poster boy for bail reform in the state. When he was a teenager, Hernandez became the focus of criminal justice activists pushing for a change to New York's bail laws. Hernandez maintained his innocence dating back to a 2015 shooting and refused prosecutors' plea deal, opting instead to stay at Rikers and await trial. Well, the charges were ultimately dropped by the Bronx District Attorney in 2018, and the DA said that it hoped Hernandez would, quote, put his life on the right path to succeed, saying now it is up to him. But since then, he's been caught up in several other violent criminal cases, specifically in the Bronx, which are still pending in criminal court. And now Hernandez is facing a slew of more charges, including attempted murder and criminal possession of a weapon. Again, we do anticipate that he makes his appearance in the Manhattan Criminal Court later on today. It's unclear if he has hired his own attorney or is using the public defender's office.
That's crazy.
Did you know that in Texas, rifles can be carried?
They're using that fucking kid. That kid doesn't know any better. That kid doesn't know any better, man. They're using him to pass their own stupidity. You know. And they're hurting that fucking kid. That fucking guy. You put all those cameras in front of him, and you're making a hero out of a thug, out of a criminal. Not good. It's It's not a good situation at all.